I'm Ann Van Vossen. I am here with Brian Smith and Esther Phillips, here to tell you about a new program from the Classical Learning Resource Center. This is a program that Esther will be providing for us this year. It's an integrated homeschool curriculum for grades 1 to 4. Now, Esther, this is a program you've been developing for quite a few years. I'm wondering if we could start just by asking you to tell us a little bit about how you've developed this program.
Yes, well, over the years, I've worked with families with elementary age children and gleaned a lot from the classical and Charlotte Mason methods. And what I've seen is that families are often very anxious. They feel that they're not capable of teaching their own children. And so this program was born out of the desire to draw alongside families, to help give them the tools, to help them to know that they are capable of teaching their own children, and to be able to do that with confidence and joy.
Esther, what have you experienced that homeschool families seem to need the most help with?
Well, what I've seen is that families are very busy and they find homeschooling intimidating to know how to do it in their busy household. So what I've done is I've drawn alongside families, and this is what this program is intended to do, and to help them to take control of their own learning process in their own homes, to tailor to their own individual needs. The program provides both structure and support so that the family can develop their own homeschool atmosphere and environment, and they can find the calm they need to create a positive learning environment for their families, because fundamentally, and especially at this age with the children, the atmosphere of the school is so important, because education is about formation. And so, anxiety isn't a great place to be working from. Homeschooling doesn't need to be intimidating or overwhelming, because it's about nurturing hearts, it's about nurturing souls, and the hearts and souls of their children. And I found that one of the best ways to do this is through stories, and through a living, experiential type of homeschooling.
And you've described your integrated homeschool program as having a comprehensive curriculum. Would you explain that a little bit more?
Yes, it's comprehensive because it integrates all the subjects that a family will need for their elementary age children, so they can feel confident that they're sort of touching all the bases. But what I've done is I've used the stories of our historical past as forming the spine, if you like, of the program. And it's from this spine that all the other subjects and all the other discoveries that the children will make can grow from that spine of stories.
Can you give some examples of how that would look for the student?
Yes, of course. So, for instance, when we read the story of creation in Genesis, at the same time, we're going to be listening to selections from Haydn's wonderful oratorio, The Creation. So the children not only experience the awe and the greatness of creation through words, but also through music. And this wonder of God's creation naturally leads itself to starting a nature journal for nature walks, because all scientific study, the precursor should be wonder, and so the children should be enjoying God's creation. And so that's very formational for them. At the same time, we're reading Kipling's Just So stories. So the children have a chance to enjoy the playful use of language that Kipling uses and learn to delight in words. So that's one example around the story of creation. Another example would be when we read the story of the Minoans, we look at their artwork, we look at their beautiful fluid marine style of artwork in their pottery, and then children can make their own vases, their own pottery from clay. And this is something we've done over the years. Here's my daughter making her vase, and this is what it ended up looking like after it had been fired and painted. So they enjoy practically engaging in the culture that they're reading about. And then at the same time, we can introduce geography. As we read the stories about this culture, we look at not only the stories, we look at the artwork that came out of it, and then the geography which naturally develops from those stories, such as showing them the route that Theseus took when he went from Athens to Crete, so that they can see where things took place in the context of the stories they're reading, or the sea, the Aegean Sea, why it's called the Aegean Sea. That is again out of the story of Theseus and his father. So those are a couple of examples of how we use stories to then develop other subjects and discoveries.
And then there are some other supports that you have for parents. What are those?
Yes, well, the type of supports that I give are in facilitating this program is a weekly plan. So this weekly plan includes all the readings and the projects for the week, and it also includes all the other subjects that they'll be doing that week, such as grammar and maths and writing. And so I give parents a set of required work, core work, and then a set of suggested enrichment work. And the program is very adaptable, but it gives just enough accountability to keep parents, families, children moving forward. And then together with this plan, each week there's a live class through CLRC where we come together, and then I lead the children in developing and expanding on the things that they've been studying during the week. And I encourage the children to share their projects, to narrate the stories. And then included in this is I want to work closely with the parents so that I can help them to their individual needs as the year progresses. And I'm very excited about working with families in this way and helping them on their homeschool journey.
Thanks, Esther. This, I think this combination of different aspects of the program that you're offering is going to be so helpful. You've got the weekly live class, and then the material that you provide for parents to use to build off of that during the week, so they're not on their own for the rest of the week, but they have that guidance from you, the supplementary materials, so they can sort of develop things as much as they want, as you know, depending on their family situation and how much time they have for various projects. And really like the aspect of combining that with parent meetings and private consultation as well, so that parents can have access and the nurturing and help that they need from your experience homeschooling, and also your experience helping other people homeschool. So we are looking forward to this very much. Esther, before we wrap up, would you just outline for us again for all the different subject areas that are covered in this integrated curriculum, so families that are sort of trying to check off their boxes and options will be aware of the areas that you will be covering in this program?
Yes, so it's very full, it's very rich. So as I've said, we've got your spine, which is the history and the Bible stories. Then you've got geography, science, art, fine art, as well as art that the children can do themselves, poetry, and there are resources for maths and writing and phonics if a child needs help reading, and help with knowing how to do narrations, how to conduct nature walks. So it's very full. It covers all the bases, but a family doesn't need to be tied exclusively to the program. They can, if they've already got a maths program that they're using, or they already have a grammar program, then they can integrate those in very easily. So that's where I would work with them in developing the program to suit their needs.
Great, thank you, Esther. And what I've just put on the bottom slide here is a screenshot from our webpage. This is the bottom of the course description for Esther's class. You'll see the prices here. So it is $350 per semester for the first child. We're encouraging families to enroll multiple children. So second child, $200, any additional children beyond that, $150 per semester. Notice also that we are offering these 3 CLRC courses for elementary students at a 20% discount for anyone that signs up for the integrated program. So there's an upper elementary Latin course, Orthodox Children's Catechism with Father Michael Shanbor, and a Monart and Markers art class, each of those being offered at 20% off. So Esther, thank you again very much. Thank you, Brian, and we're looking forward to this.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions after watching this, then I encourage you just to reach out to me. My address is there, I think, on the screen, and that's withmissesther@gmail.com, and I would be delighted to field any questions.
Thank you, Esther.